Hi and welcome to Outdoors with Richard. So today I'm going to be taking a look at the Fire Maple Orange Gas Lantern. Now this little gas lantern I purchased here in the UK for around £26.95. But as I always say, depending where you live or where you purchase this from, prices may vary. Now this little lantern comes in three colours. You can get it in an orange, you can get it in a black, and you can also get it in a red. Now when it arrives in this little box. The packaging looks quite nice. It's got a picture of the lamp on the front, and then it's got nice clear information on the box. So yeah, absolute nothing wrong with the packaging itself. Now when you open the box, you get some instructions, but you also get a little plastic black storage case. Now this storage case, the size of it, the length of it comes in at around 14.5 centimeters or 5.71 inches, and the width of it comes in at around 6.5 centimeters or around 2.56 inches. Now the packed weight, so this little black portable case and the lamp inside weighs in at 184.2 grams or 6.5 ounces. Right, let's open this up. So if we just open this up slowly, right, so obviously you've got your lamp inside here, which I'll get out in a minute, but you also get given, which I'll show you now, a little needle, which is so fine you probably can't see, but this little needle, which comes in this little plastic vial, is just to clean the jet of your lamp should you need it. Now this is easily lost. Now if you do lose it, you can get a replacement. However, what I would suggest is that if you go to your wife's or your girlfriend's, say, sewing kit and just got a very fine needle out of there, that would work just as well. So don't stress if you lose that little needle that comes in its plastic vial. So if we take the lamp out itself, really nice looking lamp. Now the lamp itself is made out of aluminium. It's also made out of steel, and obviously you've got the glass globe. Now I know some of you are going to think, oh well, what if I break that glass globe? Don't worry, because you can get replacements for it. Now when it comes to the size of this lantern, the length is coming in at 13.72 centimeters or around 5.4 inches. The width with the regulator up like that comes in at around 5.08 centimeters or 2 inches. However, if you put the regulator down, it's going to add another couple of inches onto the width of this lantern. Now when it comes to the weight of this lantern, it comes in at 121.9 grams or 4.3 ounces. Now, when it comes to the black portable case itself, just the case on its own weighs in at 62.3 grams or 2.2 ounces. Right, let's take a look at what gas you need to use this lantern, how to connect this lantern, and we can have a look at it in action. So when it comes to the gas, you can use two gases. You can either use a isobutane, which is like this little cylinder here, which, to be honest, most of us use the isobutane, but you can also use a propane cylinder. Now I don't have a propane cylinder because I just don't use propane. I only ever use the isobutane. Now, if you're using the isobutane, this canister just connects directly onto the lantern. However, if you're using the propane, you will have to purchase a separate little connector just to connect the lantern to it. Now, when it comes to the gas usage, according to the website, it says that this lantern uses about 1 gram of fuel per hour. How accurate that is, I can't confirm that, but I do know from personal experience and other people I know that have used this lantern, it hardly uses any gas. The great thing is that I know most of us have some of these canisters lying around with not much gas in, so you don't take them with you when you go camping because you think it's not going to be enough gas in there to cook with. However, if you've got one of these little lanterns, you can take those nearly empty gas canisters and use them up. So great idea for using, as I say, those nearly empty gas canisters up. Right, so to connect it, and I've done it already just to save time, literally you're just taking your canister, and in this case, remember it's the isobutane, so I don't need a connector, and you just connect it straight to your lantern, nice and easy. Now, when it comes to lighting the lantern, obviously you want to make sure that your regulator's down, and if you turn the glass globe around, you've got a little opening in the glass globe, which I'll show you just there, which you can just put a flame through to light it, or you could light it from the top if you really want. So I've got my lighter here, so I'm just going to turn this on a little bit like that, give that a light there you go, and we're up and running. Now as you can see, if I turn that right up, whoa, that's a hell of a flame you've got going there, but obviously you're not going to have your flame that high, so turn it down, but also at the same time just turn that little glass globe round so that little opening at the bottom goes inwards, so you're not going to get any draft or any air going through there and distinguishing the flame. So now when it comes to the lights and the flame obviously you can turn right up, but as I said, you're not going to be having it that high, but get it to a nice decent size. Now the light you get from this lantern is enough to cook by, enough to read by. It's definitely going to create a nice little bit of ambience outside your tent. This isn't going to give off so much light that you can walk around your tent and you can see what you're doing. It's just not designed for that. But it's going to give you more than enough light for what you need. You also get a nice little bit of heat coming off this flame, so you can always warm your hands up if they're a bit cold, which is quite nice. Now uses, obviously, I use this predominantly outside my tent. Some people do use it inside the tent. Obviously you want to be careful, you've got that flame there, and keep the flame nice and low if you're doing that. You could use it in your car if you were car camping, or in a motorhome if you wanted, or even if you're not camping and you were just sat outside on your patio at your home having a few drinks with the wife or the girlfriend or friends, you can always, as I say, use up one of those canisters that is nearly empty just to use the gas up, and you can have this little lamp outside to create a nice little bit of ambience. But that's the lamp. As I said, if you turn it all the way up, it's a bit crazy. But as I said, you're not going to have it there. And when it's on a normal sort of size flame, you can barely hear it. It's very, very quiet. The only time you're going to hear it is if you turn that, obviously, right up. Right, let's talk about the pros and the cons of this little lantern. Right, starting with some pros. Well, this little fire maple lantern is a quality product. There's absolutely no doubt about that. It is really, really very, very well made. I have had zero issues when it comes to using this lantern or with the performance of this lantern. Starting with the packaging, I really like the packaging. I think the company has really thought about the packaging, from the outer packaging to even this nice black plastic, very light portable storage case. You know, it looks good, but it also gives the product a premium feel. Now, when it comes to the lantern itself, I like that it comes in a choice of 3 colors. This is the orange color, but as I said, you can also get it in a black, and you can also get it in a red. I like the fact that this lantern is light and compact. It is easy to use. You can have a choice of gas with it. It hardly uses any gas. It gives off a great flame. Obviously, it can be a bit crazy if you turn it right up, but it gives off a good flame. It gives off a nice bit of light, more than you need. It gives off a little bit of warmth. The fact is you can get replacement parts for this lantern, I think is excellent. It has multiple uses, as I mentioned earlier in the video, but for me, it's the great value. I mean, this is incredible value for this little lantern, you know, I definitely think it's worth every single penny. Now, when it comes to the negatives, I can only think of perhaps two negatives. Well, first of all, if we take the packaging itself, just open up this packaging and pop the lamp back inside. If we close that up, if you hear, it does move around in there a little bit, so maybe there's that little risk or worry that you're going to break the globe. I mean, that is an easy fix. You know, you could just put a little bit of cloth in there, or you could perhaps put a little bit of foam in the top, and that's going to get rid of that problem. The only other sort of, shall we say, con or negatives, which is debatable. Some people said it would be nice if this actually had an igniter and you don't have to light it yourself. Yeah, maybe so, but that would add to the weight, and that would also then push the price up. So that's not a deal breaker for me. It's nitpicking. All in all, I really like this product. I think it's a fantastic product. It's well made, as I've said. It's not a lot of money. It's one of these products that I think, you know, you could be watching this video and think, well, do I really need one of those lanterns? But actually, when you get it, you think, you know what, why didn't I get one earlier? You know, they are becoming more and more popular. So I would suggest definitely having a look at it, perhaps treating yourself, perhaps a late Christmas present or an early birthday present. But for the money, it's definitely worth the investment. But I'd like to know what you think about this little lantern. If you found this review useful, please give me a nice thumbs up. If you are already subscribing to the channel, thank you so much for your support. If you haven't subscribed, please come on board and help the channel grow. But until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.